Good morning. I already taped the spine and gessoed my pages. It's dry, so we're ready to go. And I think what I want to do is take some paper and cut it into squares and put it all over here, and then embellish on top of those squares with modeling paste or chipboard, wood veneer pieces, whatever. We'll see. I'll pull out a bunch of stuff and stick them down and see what we're going to do with that later. But we'll start out with the paper. So I'm going to move my book, and I'm going to need my paper trimmer, which I have right here. May as well use up some of these that I've already used. What size? Let's see here. Maybe 2 inches. If I do that, how big is my book? 8 and a half. Let me start out with 3 and see if I want more of a, I want them closer together. Two by 2. I'm just putting glue on my little craft sheet thing. Nothing is supposed to stick to this, so we'll see. Brush. Just go with this. Alright, I got everybody glued down, and in the middle of it I switched over to this Elmer's tacky glue just to see if I like it. I've never used it before, so it comes out pretty thick. After I got these all glued on, I was looking at the inclusion and wasn't sure if I wanted to leave that white. I could paint it a different color. And then I cut 2 3 by 3 pieces of paper. Maybe I'll put those on there. Maybe I'll do it crooked. I like that. For some reason, I think I want to distress the edges too, so I'll just use my, I don't know, EK Success Bumblebee scissors or something like that. I have these little doodads. Got this one. This is Making Memories, and these are edge distressors, and you can just, it's got a razor blade in it, and you just run it along your paper like this to junk up the edges like this. There's that one. Then there's one by Tim Holtz, which every little spot has a razor blade in it, and it does the same thing. And the harder you press and leave it in one spot, the more distressed it'll be. But I really prefer my scissors. I think it's faster. I don't know. I just like it better. Probably the other ones are safer, but I like the scissors. think they work better. So if you don't have one of those and you want to distress the edges of your paper, just use the straight edge of your scissors. Carefully so you don't cut yourself. And if you do cut yourself, then you didn't hear that from me. Get all the scunge off. I think I will also go over these with a... Okay, that was weird. I have this light bulb and it's got ridges, so whenever it rolls around it makes a weird noise. I always forget it's back there. But I have these. These are Tim Holtz, I think, or Ranger inking tool dealy bobs, and it's a really great idea. And you can peel off this foam. It's got Velcro on the back to change out the pads, or you can buy a handle for every color of ink pad you have, or you can go to Lowe's or Menards or a place like that and get a dowel rod and some cheap scrap wood. I think I paid 50 cents for a long board of this, and it's a little bit different. I think mine is a little bit wider, but I just adhered Velcro with staples, and I put a layer of foam because that's what it looks like the original had, and I just stapled those on, and then I put the pads on. And then this isn't a good example, but all the rest I painted the handles to the color that the pad is, so I know at a glance what one goes to what ink pad. So yeah, I don't know what this one, I don't know if I got another pink or what, because this one is pink and that looks pink. I don't know, and the handle isn't painted, so who knows. But I have green, and I'm going to ink some of these two green, which I have somewhere in here. I think it's Distress ink, and it's peeled paint. Whoa, and the lid is falling off. Okay, that was loud and annoying, and I apologize. But you just dab your pad in there, it gets the ink on here, and then you can transfer it to your paper or whatever you're inking. And this ink is also by Tim Holtz, Ranger. And it's, what do you call it? Like, it's dye-based, it's not permanent. So if you get this wet, it will run, which can be good and bad. So, but I'm just gonna slap it on there. Hopefully I'm holding that where you can see it, because I have a tendency to kind of get it near myself where I can see it better, and then you can't see it at all. So then when I go to edit the video, it's like, well, that was stupid, because no one knows what you were doing. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Collage Page. I'm going to dry this, and then I will be right back. Alright, it's dry. I pulled out a few stencils that I want to try to use. I have these metal ones I have had forever, and they're stencil letters like that. And I think I'll spell out art, and then I'm hoping there's numbers. I don't think there is. Is there? No, probably not. Well, rats, I thought there was numbers. Okay, that's fine. I don't know if I have any number stencils at all. I don't think I do. Well, that's alright. I have these hearts, And I have no idea. I think these are punches by Stampin' Up. I went to a yard sale, and I guess the lady was a Stampin' Up consultant and was unloading everything. I mean, I ran out of money before I ran out of things I wanted to buy. It was so awesome. But these were like 50 cents or something like that. And they're just little stencil pieces. And, you know, I've never used them for anything, but I thought, you know, save those. Maybe they'll come in handy for something. But maybe putting them on like that, I can find a few different styles or something. There's a tag. Alright, so this is modeling paste, and I'm just going to grab out a palette knife, scoop up some of this, and I guess I'll just rub it over. Hope for the best. Cool. Let's see if I can scrape some of this off. Stencil. And then I got a star. Scrape. Probably need more. Oop, I got my star off the edge of it. Off the edge of the paper a little bit. Not bad. That's good. Alright, chipboard. Some of these are really oldie moldies, but let's see if we can use some of them. These I think are too big, for sure. Those are out. But I did find these, which are basil, and there's numbers, so I don't know why it needs numbers, but I see numbers, so it's going to have numbers. I'll have a 1. Okay, 1 and a 7, because why not? 3. Here's some flowers. That one might be too big. Well, yeah, that fits on there. Okay, my camera said it was out of space, which means that I forgot to delete the video from last week. So now it's deleted, and now we're back, and hopefully it has plenty of room. Okay, so you can see I'm not any farther along than I was when we left off. Got some chipboard on here. I got some modeling paste that I put on over some stencils. And then I have some blank areas that I'm not sure. Maybe some more modeling paste I'll put on there. So, I don't have this flower on here, do I? Maybe I'll put a flower. Not maybe, I will. Okay, you need to stay out of my way. Yeah. Will you stay out of my way? Won't. The thing is, I want it to stay out of my way and not land in that. Crap. Darn it. Oh, making it so much worse. Okay, stopping. Stay out of my way. Mind brain? Yes, okay. Okay, just scrape it on over. while not hitting anything else is the trick. Especially with this flap trying to destroy. Alright, I think this is how it's going to be. So I took a star die cut. Ta-da! Cut it in half, and then I'm going to stick it right here. I hope. Should be tricky, and I also have a paper flower that I'm going to put right here. And then I want to spell out art on here. And maybe with a quote that says art, hopefully. These are somewhat dryish. So, I want to glue these. And these guys I want to be white. So I'm just going to gesso them a little bit. Gel medium for sure, because these are thick chipboard, and I don't want them going anywhere. So back to this brush. I think that's the brush I used for this. And I'm going to glue them puppies up. Everybody is situated. Ooh, that sticks good. Alright, I am going to dry these a little bitty bit, and then I'll be right back. Okay, that's as dry as it's going to be for now. And what I want to try to do is spray these, and I'm hoping that since these are all coated with a layer of Mod Podge, or Collage Podge, whatever, Decoupage Medium, that I'm hoping that the ink will sink into the white elements, but I can wipe it off of the background. So we will see if that works. And I'm going to lay this on here just to protect these pages from spray. And I have another one right here buried underneath all my stencils and stuff that I moved. And then on here. Okay. Alright, so I want this to be kind of flat. I'm going to start, I think, with a light color first, which I think is Sweet Blossom or something like that, which is nowhere. Blush Blossom. Let's see. And that color is... What color is that? It's very, very pale, but that's good because I want to see how it reacts. And I think I need a baby wipe. And I'll just kind of tap off the extra. That's really pale. Let's just go with one a little bit darker then. So either saffron. Are these all of them? No, here's 1, 2. I think apricot peel. Let's see. Okay, I'm really hoping that comes off of the background. Alright, and then Peach Parfait looks pretty dark. And while I'm going, I'll whip out some red. Come off the background, come off the background. This white paint is water. Let's try for some dripping, aka disguise the ugly. Ew, it's all gunky. Gross. Yuck. That's just what it needed. God. Look at the chunks. I think that needed to be shaken a little bit more. Ew. This is just straight up paint. So I'm just going to put a line of it there. Where do you go from that? Yeah. So, what if I spray everything blue? I think I'm going to let this dry and then I'll come back to it and see what to do. Try to clean off my tables some too, because yikes, what a mess. Alright, it's mostly dry-ish in places. Man, my table is hit. Let's try a baby wipe on here. That wasn't dry. Dang it. You ever have those days? Just can't seem to catch a break. Persevere. Okay. I'm going to just keep on twisting and turning my baby wipe so that it takes more of this off instead of just smearing it around. I don't know if there's any hope for this. Okay, that clearly needs to be dried more. In the meantime, this stays on, and I want my text stamp. Just want a little bit of black on each of these. Okay, so while I was drying that, this happened. It's separated from the back. Oh look, there's another layer. Too much water. Whoa. Teal on the butterfly. Not quite there, but we're getting there. I think this needs more pretty. Okay, feels like I was drying it for 100 years. And in that time, the colors, once they dry, they got a little more muted, and I think the water-based sprays that I made have come up a little bit to mute them. You can see they're just not as happy as they were when they were wet. So, I have somewhere, let me see here. I have these really old metallic rub-ons. Does anyone remember those? They're these. Not really sure what they're made of, but they're kind of creamy. And I'm thinking if I go over it with this, that it'll shine them a little and make it look a little more interesting and pretty, and I don't know, a little less sad. Can you see that shimmer on there at all? It adds a little bit of something. It's subtle, but it's not bad. Get any residue from my fingers on there. So I feel like it needs to have some black brought back in, because where I stamped it, I kind of painted over it. So let's try to bring that back in. I think what I'm going to try to do is just touch them, which is a painty pen. I'm going to use black paint. I can find some. I'm going to put a little bit on there. And then I got these little spongy pouncer dealy bobs. They're really cheap, just a foam, like a foam brush. And then I'm just going to dab it on and see. ART. Alright, I have this little die cut, which I think is super cute. I'm going to put it back here. Again with my Elmer's Craft Bond tacky glue. Alright, let's see what we get. This may be a huge mistake. That's good. Less is more. Okay, so I'm going to dry it and then I'll be right back. Okay, I have a quote to add to this. I don't know where that other piece went. I'm going to put this on the back. and it's going to be art. Dot, dot, dot. Is an adventure that never seems to end. Ooh, can I get this behind the handlebars? I bet I can. Again, I need some glue. And then I think I'll just add my tag on the front. And just see stays on. Here. And today is the 19th. And then I'm going to use this to get the edges black. That's, again, a Donna Downey move. I don't claim that at all, but I love it. Maybe drip some white. So, whoops. Got a bubble. Don't want a bubble. These are kind of bigger drops. I prefer the littler ones. Art is an adventure that never seems to end. Fortunately for me, I had fun in the process today. I, however, do not care for this page, but they can't all be winners, and you live, you learn, you move on. So, there we go. That's Art Spark Wednesday. And it's in frame, kinda. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.